nice little deceptive AI, not responding. It's recording. And they also have data companies that have tracked it. It's constantly sending back data packages. Even when your phone is off, it's communicating. And even when you think it doesn't have a charge, it has another backup battery capacitor in it by international law. Now, listen, you can look up everything I'm telling you. It's all true, okay? So they built this Trojan horse. They've gotten us into it. I have to go some into the next hour on this. I'll get to the beef allergy thing that's so huge after we get into the correspondence dinner and how it ties into all the other cover-ups, Charlie Kirk and more, because we got a clear picture now. When people say staged, you think like the thing was fake. No, it was a real gunman, real thing, but I'm thinking staged in that there was a stand down and either Trump was involved in it or somebody's trying to get Trump killed. We'll talk about that with Eva Fry coming up. It's huge news, but let's go over these articles. Explaining the kill switch controversy. That's NPR, all of them reporting on it. Oh, it's a controversy, huh? And then we have all these Texas data centers use 50 billion gallons of water as state faces drought. Yeah, the AI's got to have 100 times the power humans use, but when we have power and use power, we're bad. We have a car air conditioner, it's bad, but when it's for AI, it's okay.
Then he's like, fuck.
They've got all the schematics and things about how you're being face scanned, how you're being tracked. It knows your respiration, knows your heartbeat. That's how powerful these things are. Yeah, because it's not just a camera. It's shooting out like a sonar/radar signal that can also see through walls. Remember 20 years ago, I told you that PlayStations could see through your walls, later declassified. It's all the same system, all the same control system. It's recording everything you're doing. It's got the wireless off your phone that's patched through. It's tracking it all. And all these governments, all these corporations are dialed in. So here's clip 27. Congress and Congressman Massey and others and Chip Roy and others talking about this situation and how this Trojan horse snuck up on us. But now they're telling you it's a social credit score. If it thinks you're tired or you're upset or you're drinking or you're on drugs, and it also then sends messages to the AI central system, that then sends messages to all the law enforcement databases. No more Fourth Amendment, just straight to total tyranny. Here's some of Congress discussing it.
It is now in order to consider amendment number 1, printed in Part B of House Report 119-462. For what purpose does the gentleman from Kentucky seek recognition?
Mr. Chair, I have an amendment at the desk.
Clerk shall designate the amendment.
Amendment number 1, printed in Part B of House Report number 119-462, offered by Mr. Massey of Kentucky.
Pursuant to House Resolution 1014, the gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Massey, and a member opposed, each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Kentucky.
Mr. Chair, I rise in support of our amendment. This is co-sponsored by Mr. Perry from Pennsylvania and Mr. Roy from Texas. And I regret that we have to offer this amendment. What I'm going to describe will probably sound like a bad science fiction movie, but that's what's written into law. Right now in law, that's going to be implemented for it says for 2026 and beyond. Now, the reality is the technology doesn't exist, but that doesn't keep legislators from imagining things that they would like to.
Stop. Massey's smart, but he's a farmer. He's not that smart. All of this is already in all the new cars.
Yep.
All of it's already there. Your Alexa, your Google Assist, your phone, it's all tracking you. It knows your heartbeat. It knows everything. License plate readers everywhere. What do you mean it doesn't exist? The AI's got speakers. It's already ready to talk to you. A lot of the cars already do it. It starts telling you what to do. Just even our supposed best don't know anything. Go back to him.
On civil liberties. But there is a law that states that every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. The car itself will monitor your driving. And if the car thinks that you're not doing a good job driving, it will disable itself.
So the car dashboard.
Just like fucking
about a year ago, I got rid of my 6-year-old Tahoe and got a new one. And I knew it had all this crap in there, and I tried to go have it all turned off. And people say, oh, this means it's good. See, it's good. One time driving back on a long road trip during the day, I started getting a little sleepy, and was kind of, I had to pull over and get coffee, was kind of barely weaving around. It starts saying, sensing tired driving, sensing tired driving, sensing tired driving. And these buzzers in the seat starts going, bzz, 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 bzz. Not because I was going over the line. It saw that. The damn thing's a freaking high-tech robot watching me. Don't tell me, Massey, it isn't already in there. It's already in there. Ugh. 15 years ago, Alexa was listening to every damn thing you do and scanning every electronic system. It's a smart meter. Back to it.
Judge, your jury, and your executioner. Imagine this. We got a snowstorm
back it up
coming.
10 seconds. That's key. Yeah, your car is now your judge, your executioner. No, you mean the big tech globalist companies that you're literally sitting in a nest of their sensors, including sonar scanners that see through walls. It's the same stuff they got at the airport that scans your body for weapons. Yeah, all those video games where you get up and you dance in front of them, and you can, it's fun. You can do disco, you can play guitar, all that. That's sonar technology blasting you, and it sees right through up to, some of them, like, you can see that across the street through the house. They've shown it, the scans, decades ago. So yeah, Massey, it's watching and listening, bro. Sorry, go back to it.
To infringe on civil liberties. But there is a law that states that every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. The car itself will monitor your driving. And if the car thinks that you're not doing a good job driving, it will disable itself. So the car dashboard becomes your judge, your jury, and your executioner. Imagine this. We got a snowstorm coming. A mom takes her kids out. They're going to the grocery store. It's snowing. They're trying to get some groceries before the big storm hits. She swerves for a pothole. The neighbor's pet gets in the way, swerves for that. A first responder goes by. She pulls over. Her car says, "You got one more swerve, and then we're going to ground you." There it is. The next thing she has to avoid, an icy patch in the road. The car has adjudicated her as unsuitable for driving. It disables the vehicle, and there she's stranded. The question is, how do you appeal your sentence once your car, the technology in your car, has judged you to be incapable of driving? Once it's disabled you and your children at the side of the road, how do you appeal that? Do you press a button on the dashboard? Do you start talking to an AI? What if it really was somebody who was drunk? Are you really going to send a police car after this? Disabled vehicle? Do we have the resources to do that? There's going to be so many false positives. The technology is unworkable. That's why the DOT is still in the rulemaking process, asking for feedback on how this thing could even exist. And it's just a bad idea, but it's in law, and so our amendment would defund that. And with that, I'd like to reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, drunk driving is a serious problem, but 31 states already have the technology to keep drunk drivers off of the road with ignition interlock devices that they can mandate. And this technology that's in the law is not going to fix the drunk driving problem. With that, I'd like to yield 2 minutes to my friend from Pennsylvania, Mr. Perry.
The gentleman from Pennsylvania is yielded 2 minutes.
I thank the gentleman for Kentucky for his work on this, and of course, the chairman of the full committee for the hard work on appropriations. Look, none of us want to be on the road with drunk drivers, and of course, this was a solution intended to deal with them. And all of us want them to be dealt with, but I'm going to remind everybody, as my friend from Kentucky just said, there is already legislation in multiple states, dozens of states, that deal with drunk drivers through the ignition interlock system. Probably in your family somewhere, someone you know, you've dealt with it. I know in my family and the people I know, I've dealt with it. Here's what I don't want to see in America. Everybody being punished for the people that drink and drive, including the ones that don't drink and drive. I happen not to drink, but I'm going to be forced to have to drink in my car. And I'm going to tell you what's next. After what Thomas said, after what Representative Massey said, the car is going to be the judge, jury, and censor for your crime in the car. The next thing is going to be, well, we need to hook this thing up with government so we can dispatch the police. I'm sorry. going to tell you what's going to happen next. They're going to be shutting your car off when they decide, whatever they decide from wherever they decide. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about what you think about due process.
I'll stop here. I'm going to come back with more of this in the next hour. This is important, but let me give you the rest story I got this from. At the highest levels of Big Tech, okay? 6-7 years ago. It's already been in the cars, many of them for 15 years. It's training driverless cars. It's training AI. It's training it all to watch and control you. It's already in. It's already going on. Oh, the DOD doesn't know what's going on. It's unworkable. It all goes back to big tech. And they've got partnerships with it and the NSA. So, and then they're already saying, oh, driverless cars are 15 times, 20 times safer than humans. You're going to pay more insurance to drive yourself. And then pretty soon, oh, we've just decided no more humans can drive. We are being captured by a total takeover. That's the next level of this. I've got more I'm going to get to coming up on this, and then we'll shift gears into all the other big topics. But this is massive. The good news is the public gets it. Now, InfoWars is shutting down Thursday night, barring a miracle. The Alex Jones Network launches after that. You know all the coordinates and the facts there. But be sure and download the free app at alexjonesapp.com for Droid and for iPhone. If you haven't, it's free. You can find the show right there and all of it right there. And the feeds at Real Alex Jones on X, Rumble, same radio stations, satellites going out. They know they're flipping over at midnight Thursday. But I need your financial support. We have the biggest sale in the history of InfoWars, but I've been so busy I haven't gotten to it. We have the biggest sale ever at thealexjonesstore.com right now.
In a world where globalists, depopulationists, principalities, and powers of the air have been adding, spraying, and inundating humans with heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins, TheAlexJonesStore.com
come on, get in there.
a new way to remove them from your body from the inside out. Introducing zeolite. Zeolites are a group of crystal-like porous minerals that are found where molten stone meets water. From the Greek zeo, to boil, and lithos, or light, meaning stone, this unique network of tiny little holes and channels found in zeolite absorb and remove harmful substances like heavy metals, chemicals, and other toxins. So don't delay. Start the process of removing unwanted toxins from your body and put some skin in the game of the InfoWar today by going to thealexjonesstore.com and picking up a bottle of zeolite.
Whatever the future may hold, InfoWars will always live forever. The fight will continue. Be sure to follow us on X at Real Alex Jones and at AJN Live. And now you can download the #1 news app in the world. Go to AlexJonesApp.com and let the Democrat Deep State Party know that we will never be silenced.
Surveying the crew, I said, do you think this was staged? And he goes, that's too simple. What does staged mean? He goes, probably an op. Meaning it's a real shooter, but they know it's coming. They basically stand down. Yeah. But people say staged, it means like it didn't happen. No, I think it did happen. We'll investigate that coming up this hour. And I'm going to have to table this incredible stuff on the spying and kill switches and driverless cars, because I haven't gotten to the real meat and potatoes yet. But the point that Danny made was his Hyundai does this, where if he's looking down too much, says, hey, are you tired? Beep, beep, beep. I'm going to pull over, you're tired. This stuff is already in place. And if Angels ran it, it'd be fine. But notice they can't find the child kidnappers. They can't find out what happened, with Charlie Kirk shooting. They don't know any of that.
Yeah, right.
But boy, they can sure keep track of us. Now, hands down, this is the biggest sale in the history of InfoWars. And it just so happens Bigley lined this up for this week with all these products that just came in a month ago. And so it's fitting that at the closing of the original InfoWars, we're doing this blowout. So I looked at the sale yesterday that they were set up. I said, this is the biggest sale ever. I said, you got to call it, the Last Stand InfoWars mega blowout sale. And so this is hands down the biggest ever. This happens every month where there's a 1 week period where you can win both of the cars in the sweepstakes. The Ford Raptor and the custom H100, $20,000 cash. Every order, every dollar spent, you put in 100 times. That's only the last week. That goes till next Friday to win these. And most people that win do it in the last week. Just a little tip. We're also giving you free $10